Now, let's start with question 1. Describe an advertisement you have seen but you did not like. Well, I remember seeing an advertisement about 2 months ago, and yes, I'm pretty scrolling through my social media feed on Facebook. And yes, and that was my evening break, and around about 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. I think. This ad popped up unexpectedly while I was catching my post for my friends, and some new updates. And an advertisement is about the weight loss product. It's it's especially a type of pills that it says that it's promised quick and effectiveness, weight loss, I think a short period. And the brand that brand has claimed that taking these pills and users can reduce their weight to 10 to 15 kilograms a month without exercising or diet change. And in that advertisement, you know there's several before and after photos of people has drank that drug, and people have didn't drink that drug. And the before picture show the individual appeared with with the overweight body, and why the after individual you know you know yes, he carries the unweight body. And yes, lastly found the ad to be it was to be quite much it's quite more positive. And yeah, and it preyed on people's insecurities about their body image, or and then just in effort quick fix instead of encouraging healthy habits. And yes, in conclusion, that advertisement struck me a lot, and in my mind that was dishonest, or yes, unethical, I think. And which is why it's left a very negative impression to me. Now let's start with part 3. Question 1. What role does social media play in advertising? Well, social media it plays a crucial role in advertising for several reasons. Yes, social media is platforms it's have billions of users, and it will provide advertisements to for our audience. And the interactive nature of social media, it allows it allows a higher engagement for it compared to traditional media. Let's start with question 2. Does advertising encourage us to buy things we don't need? In my opinion, yes, advertising can make encourage people to buy things they don't need. Advertisements, it often created a sense of design by portraying products. And yes, it's essential for the achieving happiness or success or social status. And that will lead people to want things that are not necessary for their well-being. Now Let's move on to question 3. What do you think of celebrity endorsements in advertising? Celebrities endorsements, in advertising, can be highly effective for several reasons, such as, they will increase the attention of, for your device users, or, this when, a celebrity who is well respected, they can lead to credibility or trust to the band, and and people will maybe appreciate that brand, and they will have their positive feelings for the celebrity with the product. Let's move on to question 4. What are the benefits of advertising? Yes, and advertising offers several benefits to business, the economies, or the consumers, for so many factors. Effective advertising drives consumer awareness or interest, and it may leading to the increase of sales on high revenue. Or advertising will help establish or reinforce brand identity, and so that it will making it's easier for consumers to recognize or recall the band. Let's move on to question 5. Which one is the most effective? Newspaper advertising or online advertising? The effectiveness or of newspaper advertising. Newspaper advertising versus online advertising, it depends on numerous of factors, such as the target of the audience, or the goals of the campaign, or and it also depends on the brand budget, and and the nature of product service is being advertised. Yes, let's move on to our final question. What are the most advertised products in your country? Well, in Vietnam, several products, categories, are, prominently, advertised across, numerous of media platforms. And some of the most advertised products include, and I think one of the most important factors that, that leading to the advertisement in Vietnam country is consumer electronics. Yes, because lots of brands like Samsung, Oppo, Apple, or Xiaomi, they are frequently advertising on newest models, or they can just advertise some televisions or home appliances. A brand such as LG, Sony, or Panasonic, it promotes promote the product is really heavily. That was the end of my speaking. Thank you for listening. Let's move on to part 2, and yes, I will. Yes, today concludes 2 videos.